This marks the 120th annual Founders Day of Hampton University. In this tradition, we honor Union General Samuel Chapman Armstrong, who opened Hampton Normal and Agricultural Institute on April 1st, 1868.
We are here today to pay tribute to and honor a man whose genius is just as important and apparent today as it was in 1868.
This Founders Day included a book signing and remarks from Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist and best-selling author Isabel Wilkerson. The Great Migration, which was the focus of her book, The Warmth of Other Suns, was greatly reflected in her keynote address.
For much of our history in this country, on those cotton fields and on those tobacco fields and on those rice plantations and on those sugar plantations were actually opera singers, jazz musicians, playwrights and novelists, journalists and physicists, civil engineers and Tuskegee Airmen who didn't even know that they could be Tuskegee Airmen until they got to places like Hampton where they learned to love to fly, as my father had. In other words, people who had so much more potential but were limited and restricted as to what they could do because they were permitted to only do certain things as long as they were in the caste system that existed in the South at that time. The beautiful burden of living up to the sacrifice that they made for us. In other words, all that they endured means that we have this beautiful burden to make their sacrifice mean something. And that is a beautiful, gorgeous, wonderful bequest to all of us, because they have also told us that we have what is necessary to achieve it. Do we have the strength within us in order to cross that next river, that next mountain? And so these are the words that he wrote on his moment of departure as he was leaving Mississippi for a place called Chicago in 1927. And he wrote these words. They're in some ways a wish, a prayer, a dream for all of us. And he wrote, "I was leaving the South to fling myself into the unknown. I was taking a part of the South to transplant in alien soil, to see if it could grow differently, if it could drink of new and cool rains, bend in strange winds, respond to the warmth of other suns, and perhaps, just perhaps, to bloom." Thank you so much, Hampton.
To be a part of Founders Day is pretty much a repetition of history, to respect what happened in the past, to lay the foundations for the future, because as 120 years have passed since they started this, we knew the message of excellence in our home by the sea, and I really feel special to be saying that I'm here at the 120th. I like even numbers too, so 120 makes me happy, but I feel humbled to be here.
Your day is coming, don't you get tired, 'cause my Lord has promised you. But you must live right, follow his word, and I know his